to our series, The Researcher. As many of you know, this series is about our investigations leading to our graduation as a sensei. We are here, Rebecca Roca Eiheigetsu of the European Buddhist Society and myself, Oscar Monsalve, Doyo Cho and the Home with Doyo, with our master, Sidoshi Luis Nogueira, because we were talking the other day about these techniques we have heard about restraining and getting rid of sentinels, you know, the people that were with the yari in the castles, keeping the fortresses. So we were wondering if he could tell us a little bit more about this interesting study.
Hiroshi, sir.
Could you tell us a bit about this interesting study?
Yeah, of course. This study, it's a very ancient study, very ancient method, kept by the masters, the most great masters for private classes, etc., for the most advanced students. This is called Eiheigetsu no Ho. The most ancient methods or the most ancient studies were not called about jutsu, they were called about Ho, this Hoist method. When we talk about Eihei, we are referring to what's a sentinel, to what is a palace god. Then this study covers the way we are going to restrain several sentinels in a circumstance because they were untouched, they were defending the gates of a palace, the gates of a castle, and they were standing up making the guard. The first Eihei, as I have told, it's from sentinel, from watchman, and the second is from Getsu. It comes from Ketsu, that it's the same kanji that the verb musubu, that means to tie, to bind. Then these study are the methods regarding how to restrain the enemies and that they were making guards in the palace. When they need to infiltrate, when they need to go into a palace, the method that they employ for how to kill several enemies in this kind of circumstance. Then they need to be fast, they need to make a silent killing in order to pass these guardians and enter the private halls that could be in the palace for making their mission.
In Casanova schools, when a student is supposed to study this kind of hall?
Yeah, as I have been explaining, this is a very advanced study, and it's only explained to Shido's graduation. It's to say this is a Akuden graduation study. Then it's in your case that you are preparing for sensei, it's not your purpose, but as you were been explaining or asking about, I am gonna explain you the basic steps in order to follow to understand a little more about this study.
Thank you so much.
If you want, we could maybe develop here basic techniques in order to understand what is happening and not only keeping the details but understand what is happening. The idea in the most basic studies is to start from two sentinels, staying one at the side of the other, and we are gonna study what kind of restrictions, what kind of way to catch your limbs in order to make the restriction. For example, I will, for explaining, I will take a panto here because I will employ at the end. For sight vision of the camera, let's put only a diagonal line in order to understand what is happening here. Okay? You are two sentinels. The most common way is you are with maybe a yari here, or you could be also with a katana making your shift in what it's making the guards on the gates or whatever stay on the palace. Then I will be coming silently by the back in this way. And the first method, I'm gonna catch the both limbs and passing far away from you very fast and turn in that way. In that circumstance we have here this, but what is happening here? You are restrained, Oscar-san, and Rebecca-san is not restrained. We need to put in that position and restrain here. But very fast in order to draw my tanto, stop here, and move it in order. Then the idea on this circumstance is to be very fast. Of course, you have to move a little, but the idea is when you are falling, to have my restriction here, both control, and you are unable to defend against my stop. But as I have explained, please, you could go out of here. The idea here is to be so fast, and you don't have enough time to defend, to ask for help, or any way. There are several methods, several ways to do in that circumstance. Something very interesting, please. Let's start from this position. It's not only taking your upper limbs, also to go for your lower limbs. For example, from here, I'm turn here. In this position, go down, kneel me down, and grabbing both of your inside legs. From here, make it to the ground, one and the other, and very fast, the other turns in that way. You are restrained, at least the minimum restriction for having the conditions to 1, 2, 3, and go out. Then, as you could see, stop, please. Only for showing for the camera, because you are feeling, but the camera is not seeing what is happening here. We have one here and the other is that point. And right now, the other restrain you once again on this point. Then, if I press here, you press, then I have to go out of any kind of idea of taking out the knife. Then 1, 2, I have protection on you, for you, avoiding you. 1, 3, and go out. And this, as you could see, it's a very fast way of killing. As I have been explaining to you, this is advanced level, and for this idea I won't explain more, but the method goes far with several circumstances, several sentinels, and you could study in a variety of ways and methods to apply this study.
As you have seen, this is a really interesting, really fast way to get rid of 2 sentinels in a definitive way. I can't even imagine if this is the level Shidoshi can show us, what can be the more deep and profound part of this interesting study. So keep attention to our videos and see you again in our series, The Researcher.